And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be having a look at Piers Morgan. I know, everybody hates this guy's guts, he's just a whinge bag, isn't he? But he's finally asked a good question. I know, shocked me as well, that's why I thought I'd bring you the news. How can you want to be in the EU but not the UK? Piers Morgan skewers sturgeon on indie ref. Skewers? It's not a bad word, is it? I quite like that one in an headline. Now that's a good question though, isn't it? If you don't want to be in a union, i.e. the United Kingdom and our union, why would you then want to be in a different union? So it's a very good question. I mean, independence means independence, doesn't it? It doesn't mean to just jump straight into bed. Exactly the same bed, but with a different master. Now, Piers said to her, when you had the last referendum several years ago, you were very clear this was a once-in-a-lifetime moment for the Scots, and Scotland voted resounding not to break up the UK. Now you've got your gander up, what a word. Your personal polling is good. You're heading towards an election where it looks like you may do very well. And the suggestion is you're going to ignore everything you said last time and it being a once in a lifetime, and you're going to use an election victory next year to push for another referendum because you believe that's what Scottish people want. Is that the correct assessment? That's exactly what she's doing, isn't it? Problem is though, that's not exactly what the Scottish people want, is it? She's lobbing in the fact that Scotland voted to remain and voted then because of that stance, that automatically means that the Scottish people want independence. I don't think that's true, but we'll carry on. Sturgeon replied, this is the politician in her, answering without answering. You ready, Daddy? Bits of that I'd agree with, bits I don't agree with, but I'll try and unpack as we go, Piers. Oh. He sounds like love at first sight. The first thing I would say to you now is we're in the middle of a pandemic here. I'm trying to steer the country as the best of my abilities through making mistakes. At least she admits she makes mistakes. I would actually say more than just making mistakes. I don't find anything that she's done so far anything but a mistake. But anyway, I digress, we'll carry on. We've just been talking about as we go, having my gander up is not particularly an accurate assessment of what's going on. How about this one then, wee cranky ankle biter? You got your billy back big boy pants on, haven't you? It's swollen your mandanglies, so to speak, of what's going through my mind at the moment. Ooh, I wonder what is going through my mind at the moment. Swine poo? Interrupting, Morgan said, is that a surprise that he's interrupted everyone? I don't think it is it? I think that's just what he does. He just waits for you to get halfway through and then jumps in with his own crap. You've done the maths, you've seen the polling, you know where you are with it. Great input, Piers. Let me complete my point, Sturgeon it back, and Morgan replied, go on then. Ooh, that's a bit whingy, innit? Go on then. How dare you interrupt me while I'm interrupting you? The polling is not incidental in this, Piers, because the point is that for any Democrat, I do respect the result of the last referendum. Really? Okay. You don't respect the result of our referendum, though, do you? So, what's the difference between your referendum and our referendum? Go on, I'll wait for your reply. Yeah, exactly. That's why Scotland is not independent right now, Sturgeon said. But the polls say the opinion of people in Scotland has changed and that people want the chance to look at this again. My arse. And the majority of people in Scotland now support independence. Okay, we'll see about that one. Later, Morgan said, you don't like the idea of Brexit. You don't like the idea of us going off on our own for a big, safe, large entity. And yet, at the same time, you love the idea of doing that to the UK. Exactly. See what I mean? It's surprising he's actually asked something worthwhile for once, hasn't he? Many people might be saying, hang on, Nicola Sturgeon, where are you ideologically with this? How can you want to be part of the European Union with all the issues that it raises, but you don't want to be part of the Union of the United Kingdom? Sturgeon replied, are we ready for this? If the two things were the same, you might have a point, but they're not. Okay, they're not. One's right next to you, and the other one's miles away. That's the only difference. Other than the fact that ours is voted and theirs isn't. Makes you wonder what they want, doesn't it? The European Union, and it's not perfect, I don't think it's flawless, but is It's a union of independent countries. Is it really? You see, this is where she is so annoying. Independent countries. The European Union's independent countries. That's why we've had to fight for 5 years to try and get out of it. If we were independent, we could just walk. Sturgeon, you muppet. Absolute idiots running the countries at the minute. The fact that France and Germany are part of the EU does not stop them from being independent, really. Really? This is just pure lies, isn't it? We all know that there's no such thing as independent while you're in the European Union. Ask Hungary and Poland if they feel independent at the minute. Contrast that with the UK, where Scotland's position in the UK right now means that we have no alternative but to be dragged out of the European Union against our will. You voted in a referendum that we all voted in. Just because you didn't get the decision that you want doesn't make that any different. You are not separate. You are part of the Union, and while you are part of the Union, act like it. If Scotland was independent, this is what gets me the most. This is brilliant, this is just complete and utter idiocy. If Scotland was independent, our relationship with the rest of the UK doesn't end. It becomes, in my view, better and stronger. Yes, you heard that right. Better and stronger. How would you ever think that you're going to get a better and stronger position than you are while you're part of the union we're in? Absolute idiocy. I'll tell you what would happen, Sturgeon. If you vote out, there'll be a hard border. It is not possible to do it any other way. I'm sorry. I know you can tell the Scottish people that there is, but there isn't. We'd be partners. We'd be a partnership of equals, and that's what the EU is. Greece, Italy, Spain. Answer the First Minister of Scotland, will you? Do you feel like you're on a same equal footing as, say, I don't know, Germany? Of course you don't. This woman is lying to you, Scotland. If you vote her in again in 21, I have no hope for you, to be honest. Now, at this point, I would like to give my opinion. My opinion is this. If Scotland think that they can do it on their own, why don't we give them the option? Cut off all money, all ties, no more funding, no more help, nothing whatsoever, no trade, nothing. See how they do for a year. Would you be like up for that one, everyone? Because I think that's what's needed. I think they're not realising just what sort of benefit they have from being in the United Kingdom, and we have for them being in it, to be honest. But let me know what you think, everyone. I'd like to know your opinion on this. To me, this is just ignorance to the highest level. For one, she's trying to make out that the EU are still golden, even though we've seen what's been going on over there. And for two, she's trying to lie to the Scottish people and try and fool them into believing that they now want independence when they've already voted once for it, not too long ago either. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share it out, everyone. Let's shame the SNP muppets, shall we? Hit that share button, share it to your social medias. Stay sane, and I'll see you on the next one.